السلام عليكم يا جماعة. الفيديو ده كده سريعا هنحل أسئلة من paper 4. A ray of light in glass is instant on boundary with air. State what happens to the ray when the angle of incidence of the ray is less than the critical angle. طيب احنا هنشوف هنا بس الستيتس بتاعت الكريتيكال انجل. عندي الفيرست ستيت لما يكون الانجل اوف انستنس اللي هي I is smaller than the critical angle, so here the ray will refract, هيخرج برا, or bend. And if the angle of incidence I is greater than the critical angle, so the ray will reflect and there will be something called total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. Okay, so we hear here less than the critical angle, so the ray bends or refracts. Greater than the critical angle, the ray will suffer total internal reflection. Next question. Figure 6.1 shows a ray of light incident on a glass plaque at point A. The critical angle of the glass is 41. On figure 6.1, without calculations, continue the ray from point B until it leaves the glass plaque. Okay, طيب احنا المفروض عارفين ان احنا عند اي point of instance we have to make or have to draw the normal line like here. So also at point B we have to draw the normal line. Okay, فهنرسم مع بعض the normal line عند point B كده. Okay, and then we نشوف بقى angle of instance هنا ونعملها comparison بالcritical angle. يعني مثلا عندي هنا ده normal line الانجل اوف انسنس اللي هي دي. طبعا كل الانجل دي المفروض ان هي تكون 90، فتبقى الانجل دي 60، هتبقى دي 60. طبعا 60 greater than 41 so the ray will reflect او هيحصل له total internal reflection. هنا يبقى نرسم هنا So here the angle of incidence equal to the angle of reflection is 60. And at this point, let this point to be C. We have to draw a normal line at the point C. Another normal line here. So we draw this like this here. This normal line. And once again, here we have to calculate the angle of incidence. So this is 90. And this is 60. So this is 30. And this is 60. So this is 30. And this is the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence is 30. It is less than 41, so the ray will refract and it refracted away from the normal. So the ray was away from the normal like this. Okay, so this is the path of the ray. And then calculate the refractive index of the glass. We know the rules that refractive index n equal 1 over sine critical angle. So equal 1 over sine 41. We can find it. It equals to 1.52. So in here equal 1.5 because we need two significant figure. Here also we have a question from paper 4. A loudspeaker produces sound waves of constant frequency. State what's meant by frequency. Frequency is the number of complete waves that pass through a fixed point in 1 second. Of complete waves that pass through a fixed point in 1 second. We also can replace complete waves by number of wavefronts. Okay, the sound wave travels in air towards a barrier with a small gap at its center. يعني sound waves جاية كده ودي البارير بتاعنا وفي gap هنا. Figure 7.1 represents a compressions of wave traveling towards the barrier. الcompressions دي ماشية ناحية البارير. تعالوا نشوف بقى ايه المطلوب. What is meant by compressions? Compression is an area of the wave in which the particles of medium are very close to each other, or area of the wave in which the pressure is high or the density is high. This question answer here. It is an area of longitudinal wave where we can say that where the pressure, the P, is high or the density is high or the particles are close to each other or are closer. The width of the gap is smaller than the wavelength lambda. On figure 7.1, draw the pattern of compressions after the sound wave has passed through the gap. اوكي طيب اول حاجه بنشوف طالما الويدث بتاع الجاب من هنا لهنا كده الويدث ده it's smaller than the wavelengths فبيحصل حاجه اسمها wave diffraction. wave diffraction بيحصل ازاي؟ يعني الويف بتعدي هنا بتعمل شكل semi circles وهنا كمان نخلي بالنا ان الديستانس ما بين السيمي سيركلز دي هي الديستانس بتاعت الويف لينث نفس الديستانس. The barrier is adjusted so that the gap becomes wider يعني عملنا الهولز دي عملنا الجاب بتاعتها أكبر فإيه اللي هيحصل describe how this affect the pattern of the compressions after the sound waves has passed through the gap. طبعا لو الساوند ويف بتعدي من جاب والجاب كبيرة أكبر من الويف لينث إيه اللي هيحصل؟ The width of the gap is greater than the wavelength, so the wave will travel but with less diffraction. Okay, so they will travel in this shape. Okay, but here the question is not asking for drawing, it's asking for what happens. So this diffraction or less spreading, because diffraction means the spreading of the waves after it passes through a small hole or through an obstacle. The frequency of a sound wave is 6800 Hz. The speed of sound in air is 340 meters per second. Calculate the wavelength of the sound wave in the air. The speed of wave, V, equal lambda F. So we have here lambda equal V divided F. So 340 divided 6800 equals 0.050 meter. طبعا هنا don't forget احنا لازم نكتب 50 مش لازم نكتب هنا 0.050 because we need 3 significant figure. Okay, 3 significant figure, don't forget. State a typical value for the speed of sound in liquid. Speed of sound in liquid يعني الناس اللي حلت مسائل كتير هتلاقي كان في مسألة the speed of sound in water كانت 1500. So it ranges between maybe 900 to 2000 meters per second. Okay. Thank you for watching.